safe for her to do so. All right, so welcome everybody. Thank you so much for joining. I know life is busy and precious, and so I deeply appreciate your giving us your time and commitment. So let me begin by saying, in today's world, the risk for disease and illness has never been greater. And sadly, many of us wait to receive some troubling diagnosis from a doctor before considering a change to life. And all often these changes come too late. And I want you to know that that's exactly what happened to me. And I'll give you more details in a little bit. So COVID has brought us to our knees. So now more than ever, as Janine just said, we know we must pursue wellness to live well. And COVID is an invisible disease, and most diseases are, right? When we see it, whatever it is, it's started months or years before. And so we actually have a choice. You know, we can either wait for it to show up or develop right now an understanding and a commitment to live a happier, healthier, even cheaper in terms of medical costs, right? A life that is proactive, preventative, and a holistic lifestyle, right? That's 360 Health. That's why I call this program 360 Health. So again, today you'll discover what your incubator of health is, a roadmap, and you will be on your way to creating a personalized formula, right? To live a stunning, elegant life, all right? And I'll say, we'll do this together. It's much easier together. And actually, when we do this together, we allow all of us to move towards a world of preventable diseases and all of us living well. So I'm going to go to the slide now and see if I can get cooperation with my computer. We've had some yes and some no. And so we'll just give that a try. And we'll try full screen and we'll go from here. There we go. Right. So I just want to leave this opening with a quote. We consistently underestimate our resilience and adaptability. But here's what we'll do. I'll introduce me, our sick care system, as I call it. I'll redefine health. So we have a more expanded definition. We'll go through a beautiful guided meditation. You'll look into your wheel of life and go beyond visualization into visioning, which uses our infinite energy. More on that. We'll do breakouts so we can really share. We'll then end with more information about this 360 journey, and finally hear what others have said. So let me just share a little bit about me. I've worked with such companies like Forbes, Viacom, Barclays, the New York Stock Exchange, and even at the Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Care Center. My passion with working with all my businesses to go from 1P, profit only, to 4 Ps, profit, people, planet, and purpose. It's to move businesses into a more inclusive, resilient, and sustainable existence. As you know, I'm CEO of Collaborative Solutions, also president of Only the Source in California, formerly president of the Manhattan Holistic Chamber of Commerce, and I'm a member of many organizations, but one I want to underscore is the Conscious Business Synergy Circle, which is a project of Deepak Chopra's Evolutionary Leaders, in which we are all very passionate about the SDGs at the United Nations. Just want you to know I'm an award-winning co-author of this lovely book, Conscious Entrepreneurs, right? A radical new approach to purpose, passion, and profit. And I've been a TV producer since 1998. And I'll just end this quick summary by saying in the past 2 years, one of my greatest joys, and Nick has been my colleague in doing this with me, is launching healing conversations every month. It's about healing the isolation and fears many of us have. It's free. And just if you want to now grab pen and paper, because we'll be using it later as well. It's free, and the next time is June 10th. And if you'd like me to send everyone a link, you can just write okay in the chat. Or if you're willing to trust me, I'll just send everybody. Okay, I'm here seeing heads nod. I'll just give you that link in case you're interested in joining us. I promise too, it will be a wonderful experience. All right, let's see if I can do who I am in just a few more minutes. So 360 Health. Okay, and so I just need to do this. Here we go. Was created from my life-changing personal experience of kicking cancer in 5 weeks, right? And so now I'll share my insights and my personal formula. So both allopathic doctors and energy healers missed the tumor for over a year, and I insisted that something was wrong, and quite frankly, I was right. So my number one insight to all of you is please trust your body. Number two, I knew my healing was not just at the physical level, that it was to be physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. And that's insight number two, right? Number three, I knew I could not do this alone, and I reached out for help. I asked my friends and colleagues to support me to create a healing space where I could safely and vulnerably, and these are key words, stay in not knowing why and not knowing how. There's something really powerful about being in the not knowing. And I know that's frightening for many of us, but I offer this as a very, very important insight. It's where I cried through the pain. It's where I released what I needed to release. And it's where I trusted. Fourth insight, I knew I could only heal through love. I know we use that word, it's used a lot. I don't mean the romantic love. I'm talking about learning to love me, to love whatever shows up, however it shows up, because I deeply knew that love heals everything. And so I learned to love my tumor. Yeah, I saw that expression, Jerry. And when one of the healers told me to do that, that's exactly what I did as well. I went, what? But I, again, just please, I offer all of this because I did it, right? I wouldn't believe this either if I didn't in 5 weeks have the result that I had. So I'm just asking you to be open again for the rest of this time together. Yes, yes, yes. Dismiss what you feel you can't absorb, but I'm just asking you to try to hear and benefit with as much as you can. So breathe this in. Take a breath right now. Take a breath right now, and breathe in what can serve you and resonate for you. Right, and as I now launch into our presentation, all my insights and the methods that I use are in the 360 Health program, because it offers you a diverse set of options for you to choose your own personalized formula. And it offers 5 tracks, so you can also create your own rhythm, So let's see if there we go. So rather than being a healthcare system, we have become a sick care system. So let's take a poll. Let's take a poll. Are we good to do that, Nick? Yeah, thank you. So true or false, everybody? Right? Health is when you're symptom free. I mean, right now, right? We're all symptom free, so we should all be able to say we're healthy. Right? So as long as you're symptom free, you're healthy. Just a few more seconds and then we'll see where we all are. Okay, we're going to end the poll. Is everyone seeing the results? Because I do. Right, we have 43% saying it's true and 57% false. And let me say, one of the messages here is that's false. That we may not see a symptom or be aware, right? We're not going to wait till we see a symptom to be proactive and preventative, to then see what may be a physical symptom. Does that make sense to everybody? Yes? I see heads nodding. Okay, great. So let's move on. Great. And let me tell you why we can't wait. Because right today, foods are grown in depleted soil. We've got a lot of toxins in water. We've got a lot of stress on top of all of that. And we've got chronic diseases, diabetes, arthritis, Alzheimer's, asthma, heart disease, lung disease, cancer, obesity, stroke. It's the age of the advent of chronic diseases, right? And more people are not able to afford health care. They wait long periods of time before they see a doctor, and doctors now have less time to spend with everyone. And so of course they focus on symptoms, not the core issue, and not on prevention or wellness. That's our medical system. So what is often the prescription du jour, right? The pill that is, let me see if I can go to that, maybe not. Here we go. So we know it's false. The prescription du jour is a pill with the quickest result and the smallest effort. But I say, while modern medicine is a wonderful thing, we expect too much of it and too little of us. And so it's time to shift from healthcare to self-care. This current focus on chronic illness accounts for the high cost of our medical care system and low level health for many Americans, and we can't afford to be symptom checkers anymore. All right, so here's a stat. US spends more on healthcare than any other country in the world, 3.5 trillion, which is a penny or two. And the costs are huge. I give an example of a stroke for over 20,000. The MRIs, each time I had to take an MRI was over $6,000. I was amazed when I got the bills, right? And once again, we don't really have great outcomes, right? We rank pretty poorly against most other countries. And since COVID is no longer, we have our UK person joining us, CHO. Since COVID is no longer safe with COVID to go to the hospital for fear of a contracting COVID, I would also say with this screen, you're seeing that a lot of hospital-acquired infections have resulted in thousands of deaths. And with us, our reliance on online or phone, we also are experiencing a lot of misdiagnosis. So let's go to another poll if we can, Nick. And where are we? So here we go. What have you learned in these few minutes together? What are the antidotes to health? Focus on core issues versus symptoms. Rely on self-care along with doctor and online advice, but let's focus on self-care. And what about antibiotics? I think everybody understands. Yeah, right? So here, just this. Focus on core. Take self-care as important. Not use antibiotics. And let me just quickly add, a lot of animals that we eat are filled with antibiotics that compromise then our resistance to it when we finally have it. So it's actually all of the above is what we're looking for, right? And if you just focus on these three things, it would be extremely helpful. So let's go to changing our behavior, right? No matter how small a little action you take, it adds up to a big difference, and this story illustrates it. So here we are. So there's a man walking along the beach, and he sees a boy bending down, picking something up and throwing it back into the sea. And the man asks, "What are you doing?" And the boy explains, "I'm throwing the starfish into the ocean. The tide washed them all up onto shore, and they can't return to the sea by themselves. And when the sun comes up, they will die unless I throw them back." And the old man looks at the shore and he says, "But there must be tens of thousands of starfish on the beach. I'm afraid you really won't be making much of a difference." And the boy bent down, picked up another starfish, threw it into the ocean, and said, smiling, "It made a difference to that one." In short, sustainable health requires many small efforts, each strengthening what keeps you well. So an example of emotional health, you want to hear how you can emotionally be more healthy? Simply smile. Simply smile. Mental health, breathe. Take 10 wonderful breaths, right? The expression, take a breath, take 10 breaths. And finally, want to enhance your spiritual health? Make a difference for yourself and others. So let me move to redefining health. Very quickly, in summary, it's all about prevention, enabling you to be proactive and preventative. Please strengthen what keeps you healthy, not only taking meds to destroy what is harming you, which our allopathic system often does and suggested that I do. Please redefine health so you're looking at a holistic approach, again, healing all levels, not just the physical, which is mental, emotional, and spiritual. And finally, expand healthcare to self-care. No one knows you like you do. No one knows what you feel like you do. Many have relied on doctors, but no one can care for you and love you as you can. And it's time to step into your power, follow your heart, and enjoy self-care as only you can. So, are you ready for self-care? Yes? Okay, everybody's saying yes. All right, so I'm going to come back to stop share. Here we go. And I'm going to welcome Joe. Glad you got out of your traffic jam. And we're going to do a meditation. So please, everyone, stay on camera so we can again enjoy your aura. But as I share this with you, please close your eyes and leave the distractions. Yes, that only when our eyes are open, unfortunately, create. So it's time now to awaken your energy to create your life, your future, your destiny, into your true potential, into who you really are. Sit tall, spine long, feet on the floor, have your palms facing up, whether it be on the chair arm or on your thighs, being receptive, and allow your body to relax. Allow breath to flow naturally, becoming present, centered. And with each breath, move into the realm of infinite possibilities. Inhale into your belly. It requires your will, and try to count to 5. And when you exhale, just drop out of it, but make it a little longer, counting to 8. This is from Greg Braden. It's a powerful breath. Again, take 2 more breaths like this. Inhale to a count of 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Briefly hold and exhale to a count of 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more time. I'm letting you know that you're breathing at 0.1 hertz. This is the frequency as is the universe. So we are in harmony now with the universe. So breathe. Breathe in life. Breathe in your potential. Good. Now see a ball of light at your navel, spinning round and round. Feel energy come up from the earth into your feet and legs, joining this ball of light. Feel it spinning round and round. Now feel energy come down from the heavens into your head and torso, joining this ball of light. Feeling it spinning round and round. And now add your life force, your life energy. One more time. See this ball of light spinning at your navel, round and round. Feel energy coming up from the earth into your legs, joining this ball of light at your navel. And feel energy come down from the heavens into your head and torso, into this ball of light. And now add again your life force. Please know you have this resource of healing energy anytime, right at your navel. Now feel light all around you, entering every pore, gently healing every element of your body, 100% perfect health. Head, torso, arms, legs, digestive organs, bones, tissue, nervous system, immune system, every cell profoundly healed. As you now inhale, squeeze your anus, sex organ, and navel. Raise your energy from the lower energy levels into the upper. Feel it come into your heart, throat, third eye, crown. Keep squeezing and holding. Give your energy no recourse but to rise to higher frequencies, transforming old behaviors of the past to new ones that serve you. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Squeeze. Anus, sex organ, navel. Raise your lower energy centers to the upper. Feel it enter your heart, throat, third eye, crown. Squeezing and holding. No recourse but to rise up. Please exhale. Place your right hand on your heart, your left hand over it. Feel and thank yourself for being brave, willing to go beyond the known, willing to let go of the past with great love and compassion for yourself, for your commitment to grow and evolve, for your spirit that always loves you and supports you, and feel gratitude, which is the ultimate state of receivership. And whenever you're ready, open your eyes and enjoy a new time, a new body, and a new future. Thank you. So, with this energy that you are right now, let's move into our wheel of life. Where you are now, or maybe I'll ask that question, where are you now and where do you want to go? Though you made choices at the age of 20, 30, 40, 50, for me, 60, 70, yay. I make different choices now. Just want you to know that where we spend the most time as adults is 90,000 hours at work. It's the single event where you spend the most waking hours. And many of us ask, what does our boss want, or what does my family expect? And the bulk of our time is not asking ourselves, what do I want? And since how we do anything is how we do everything, let's examine our relationship to every area of our life so we can begin to identify patterns. Our path to growth, to becoming who we want to be in our lives, is a blend or a balance between the inner and outer work. And what do I mean? Inner work not meaning just private, but examining our values, our belief systems, and how we live in the world. Because how we spend our days is, of course, how we spend our lives. So I'm asking us to do all that we're doing on purpose and choose not just what we do, but how we do it. So let's return, and I'll share this now. Oh, we are here, and I'm going to go. It takes a few steps. Here we go. So let me see if, here we are. So again, I hope you have had that pen and paper handy. Here are 10 wonderful areas of life. As you can clearly see, environment, self-discovery and awareness. Please take a look all the way around this wonderful wheel. You can, of course, add or substitute areas. But in these next few moments, give yourself a score from 1 to 10. 1 is at the hub, 2 is at the circumference, yes? In terms of what's working for you, right? 10 is it's really working, so that would be at the circumference. 1 would be not so much. And the first step in change is awareness of what you want to change, what needs to change, what's not working for you, as well as what's your strength, because we will be able to pull from our strengths and apply it to other areas of our life, because again, how we do anything is how we do everything. And as you do this right now, again, on a piece of paper, and we'll be sending everyone this wheel, by the way, so you have it, is to create what it is now, but also to be looking at what do you want to create and what is stopping you. And I just want to say that some people say, I don't know what I want. And I just want to say there are 0 people in the world who can know what you want for you, right? Your life is your single best place of data. And so I want you to ask yourself, what is my data telling me? So this assessment is step number 1. Number 2, let's identify one story that's holding you back. And I'll quickly read some stories, and I want you to just jot down one that you resonate with, again, to identify it. Okay, and I'm just going to ask everyone to mute just for a moment. Okay, here we go. I'd love to get up at 6 a.m. and do yoga, but I should help the kids get to school. I could open my own business, but I should provide health insurance for my family. Or maybe your story is, I'm not ready. I'm not good enough. I have other commitments. Or maybe the story that's holding you back is, that would be selfish. I can't spend money on a coach. I shouldn't need to ask for help. Maybe your story is, it would take too long to see results. I can't make enough money doing that. Or maybe your story is, it's too late to start. That's not possible given my education. So what's the one story that you resonate with that is holding you back? 3, what are your values? Here are just a few, and I'm going to have, I see time is passing and I know I need to unfortunately go a little quicker to honor our time. Curiosity, beauty, integrity, teamwork, money, independence, growth, joy, celebration. Is your value excellence, peace of mind, learning, creativity, friendship, adventure, achievement, family, intellectual depth, health? So we want to know what our values are so we can align with them. Step number 4, this is a big one. Now it's time to leverage your strengths and apply them to the areas of weakness. What area makes you smile? Where did you put a 10? All right, does everybody have that? Thumbs up if you do. I see nods heading. Thank you very much. I want you to go into that space and literally feel the expansion, that smile, right? That, yeah, that's my strength. Really feel that. And as you feel that now, I'm going to ask you to do 2 things at one time. Think, not feel, think or go to the area where you're not so strong. So you're feeling the expansion of where you are and bringing that energy to where you're not. This takes envisioning or visualization to visioning. Again, repeat. Think about that area that you're strong, that excites you, that puts a smile on your face, feel it. And now think about that area that you had a 1 or a 0 or at the hub, not so strong. And infuse that area with this energy. Practice this technique. It's from Michael Beckwith. And I tell you, it's called shape shifting, and it's powerful. So again, in summary, we use the mind to assess, right? With compassion, not self-flagellation. We shift from shoulds and coulds to choosing what is deeply restorative and sustaining to you. You replace stories that hold you back. You then align with your values, and then use the heart to shape shift your reality using your highest frequency. If you leave with just this, you will have the wonderful tool to become a manifestation master. So we're ready to go into breakouts. We're running a little behind. I apologize. Is everyone okay to go 5 minutes after the hour, and I'll come back, stop sharing? Are we okay to go just a few minutes after the hour? So let me say to those who need to leave, I respect your time, and if you need to, feel free. But I have so much more that I still want to share. So if you can stay the extra 5, I greatly appreciate it. All right, so Nick, if you can send, so it's one-on-one sharing. You'll have 2 minutes each to share from this wonderful experience of meditation and our exercise that we just did together. And then you'll have 1 minute to wrap up, and then a 15-second countdown before you return to our main room. All right, so Nick, do your magic and see you back in 5 minutes. All right, so I know there was a lot to share given we had this incredible, right, meditation as well as this Wheel of Life exercise. Anybody want to be generous and just help us all learn, and any insight or what you've taken away? Just one takeaway. And just unmute yourself. I don't know if we can unmute you. If you can just go to the bottom left-hand corner of your screen and hit the unmute button.
Well, Stephanie and I talked, and I'll start. So I'll speak for myself and let Stephanie speak for herself, but it was really a great thing to have a chance to process this with someone. And what spoke to me the most is that, I'm 70 and kind of looking for a new path. Yeah, yay, 70. And, I've been successful in my career, but then thinking like, what's my legacy? And the hardest thing for me has always been picking a path. Is like, there's so many choices out there. And I loved the wheel of, the meditation, first of all, was really powerful. Like, I opened myself up to it and let myself feel it. But the wheel of life just is sort of like a path. And a path that kind of seems like, yeah, I could do that. I could actually start thinking that way. And because it's really hard to just say, well, I want to stop what I've always been doing, but then what? So that's me.
Thank you. Thank
Sure.
you, Jay. Before you go, I know you have to stop on the hour. Stephanie, anything you'd like to add?
No, not really. It was nice to chat about it and get different perspectives, and just the idea that it's kind of easy when you're feeling okay to put off the health question, like you were saying, until there's an issue. But that's not the way it works. You have to start building from today.
Yes, yes. Oh, thank you for getting that. I'm gonna be chanting prevention, 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 prevention. It's one of the most powerful things we could do. Self-care, self-care.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I have a little more to share and I want to go, but is there anyone who would also like, Joe, anything you want to share? Janine, anything? Eileen?
Well, I was with Judy, and one of the things, even though we didn't talk about it, one of the things that I loved so much was, Judy and I connected right away. So I think having this shared experience was really nice to be able to make these immediate connections. So that is one thing I'm taking away from it, is just, when you share an experience like this and have a similar mindset, those connections are pretty immediate.
And please put your email to share. I don't know if you shared emails, but if you'd like, put your email in the chat and stay connected. Or, I'm happy to Nick, if you can make a note, I'm happy to make sure that Judy and Janine get each other's email. I have all of your emails, so I will be writing to you right after this, but please stay connected. Those are important. Those are important. And even after a while, when you don't stay connected, I want to declare that, Jerry and I have known each other for many, many years, and there are gaps. I knew her daughter when she was this big. How old is your daughter now, Jerry?
27.
27. Yes. So, and then, right. But, there is no such thing as precious connections. It withstands the test of time.
Yeah.
All right. Is everybody ready to move on then? And anyone else want to share? I'm sorry, Joe, any pearl of wisdom? You always have it.
No, I found that to be so incredibly helpful, Michelle. Thank you so much. And I think the Wheel of Life is just an amazing tool. And the shape shifting, I really knowing bit.
Yes.
Yeah, coming at things from a Jenny's perspective, very helpful. Thank you.
So again, all 4 steps, everybody, right? Just assess is the first step. Yes, look at what stories are holding you back. Please identify your values, right? That aligns with you. And then, yes, use your Michael Beckwith's energy to literally not just do it with your mind of visualization, but vision it with your innermost potential. Okay, I'm always excited about this stuff, so I can, I'll go on to the next. So here we go. Let's see. Okay, you never know. Really quickly, we're in 1 minute or less, right? This is the 360 journey, because as much as I'd like to say what you're experiencing in 1 hour is all you need, change requires practice, commitment to rewire your mind. And so 360 Journey literally heals you today. And let me explain why today. You'll be with 6 incredible worldwide healers that immediately you will feel your cells shift and change and heal. That's their power. I don't have that, but they do. From New Zealand to Italy, in Hawaii, in California, in Canada, they're all over the world, as Joe knows them well at this point. And it's miraculous. So immediacy. We also, through the program, you are given a smorgasbord of choices that you can taste and try beyond what we just did. You have a guidebook that ended up being 80 pages long, and you taste as much or as little as you wish, because you're creating your own magnificent life, however you define it, right? And yes, as it says, you have 5 tracks. Things are daily. We had a wonderful daily meditation. There'll be many different ones now offered, so that every day for just 30 minutes, you can tune in and raise your energy and go back to whatever you're doing with a whole other point of view and frequency, right? So different rhythm and creating your own formula. We help you become a psychological billionaire. Many of us know how to earn, make money. Our society pretty much does, but we are creating psychological billionaires. It's about not just brain health, which is the first step, right? As they say, brain health is a new frontier in fitness, but how do you listen to your heart? And that's the key, because actually our heart gives more information to our brain than our brain to our heart. We need to learn how to listen to both. We'll certainly be discussing all 10 areas that are on the wheel, and 2 that I'm mentioning is anti-aging and weight loss. Just want to have a shout out, since we've been celebrating 70 years of life. I'll just say, when we're younger, up to the point of 18, our age is determined by our genes, but after that, it's our choice. We get to turn on or off the 100,000 genes in our system to either degenerate or regenerate. So I'll just say, in 2020, 60 and 70 is the new 40. Yo-yo dieting is exhausting and ineffective. We'll be giving you food as medicine that is nourishing, reduces inflammation, increases your metabolism, lots of physical fun, as well as compassion and stress management. Final, last 2, it's just so much more fun to do it with the community. And we absolutely connect you to not only an accountability buddy or a success partner, but we also are ourselves a wonderful community that you will connect to and get to know. And finally, it's an ongoing healing process. We're healing all the time at all different levels. And so again, prevention, being proactive, enables us to continue the healing at a very deep level. And as Leonard Cohen says, you enter wherever you are. As the perfectly cracked you, there is a crack in everything. That's how the light gets in. So Nick, if you can, I prefer you read it than I. Here's from Ann Akers, someone who took the course last time.
There comes in a lifetime a few special souls whose wisdom, generosity of spirit, and authenticity begs to be shared, to be taken in, to be understood, and to be practiced. Michele Risa is one of those rare women with feet firmly planted in terra, but with a soul ever soaring, who was inspired to create 360 Health. It's an opportunity for the informed as well as the neophyte to experience a wealth of information, parceled out by some of the planet's most gifted practitioners and exquisitely designed to open channels of healing, enhanced being, and total integration of the body, mind, and spirit.
Thank you, Anne. So here's as I say, I wanted to share from someone who had taken our course last time. I will move us as we are aware that we're going into new. So new evokes fear, but fear doesn't prevent death. It prevents life. Right? Another quote from Halakori: the thing we're avoiding is usually not going to destroy us, but our avoidance mechanism might. Allowing ourselves to feel the things we think will take us down actually opens us up to transforming our suffering. We're no longer trying to avoid ourselves, and then we are truly free. So I'll end by saying, as we spring forward with renewed joy and inspired direction, witnessing our whole world slowly but surely open up, we are invited to emerge as a newer version of ourselves in this unprecedented time in history to help us become who we truly are, to evolve with loving kindness toward ourselves and empathy towards our fellow human beings. So please join us. Our next program is June 9th. So here's the dates that it's live with the healers. It will be recorded, so even if you can't make it, you will receive both the recording and the energy. It stays in the recording. So twice a month in June, July, and August. It'll be at 3 to 5, 2 hours Eastern time. Nick, if you can put my contact information into the chat, and I'll just leave you with, what do you want your health and life to look like in 3 months and in 6 months? So I hope you will join us for this journey. I think I actually did it in time. Yay! Thank you. I have so much that I want to share, so I have to say it's sometimes hard for me to, but Jerry's going to help me parse this even better, to take out the nuggets even more so. But I hope this was beneficial. So please, your feedback, your something, or in the chat, or what do you leave? I'll do this way. Hold on, last 2 minutes or last 1 minute. What's the one word you would use now to describe yourself? Thank you, Drea. What's the one word you would use now to describe how you feel? And on a scale of 1 to 10, where are you now? Where are you now? Just so you can check in with yourself to see in an hour what has emerged.
Hey, hi, it's Judy. Thank you, Michelle. This was really helpful. And what was great is, like, I don't know if it's just over a rainy weekend, but I have this expression, like if I'm in a snit, like just kind of in a bad place where I just don't know what I want and just kind of in a funk. And, I took the dogs for a walk early and I was kind of free floating. And then I had a conflict with work, but I said, no, I'm going to do this. And now I just feel inspired, right? Just your words really landed. And then even the 3 minutes I spent with Janine, like I wish we lived closer. I'd go and have a cup of coffee with her now. But I just feel it just was a call to action to me, and just feel so. Thank you for lifting me up, because that's what I needed.
Oh, Judy, thank you. That means so much to me. Thank you. And honestly, this is my passion. This is what I'm here to do on earth. And I'm dedicating however long I have left.
Hopefully it's a very long time.
I will leave that to my soul, but I'm responsible for how I show up now, Judy. So I'm doing the best that I can to share my recent journey and the 70 years that I've been on this planet. And if it has helped you in any way, that's all that I care about. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Helen, educational. Thank you, Joe. I'm glad you're inspired and wonderful, enlightened. Drea, thank you. This was great. So you will be hearing from me, if not today, by tomorrow. I will share the Wheel of Life. I will share more links so that you can join us. And someone wants to join us. Okay. I'll talk with that person. Anything else we want? I mean, can we all unmute and just give each other a round of applause? By the way, clapping, just to let you know, this is the left and right hemisphere of your brain. Just like when we pray, we bring them together, and our body really, right, goes, yeah, this is great. So it's not just for nothing that we often pray with our left and right palm together, left and right hemisphere of our brain, and that we like to applaud. There's just so much that we do that truly uplifts us, and including the smile. So thank you, everybody. Much love to all of you, and thank you for coming. Deeply appreciate it.